Hello everyone, my name is Bygl, and welcome back to another episode here from the Minecraft Let's Play world. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. It's been a second since the last episode. You see, I was too busy trying to beat Sisyphus Prime on the highest difficulty in Ultra Kill. I'm going to date the video immediately by saying that it is currently the 31st of October 2024, which is Spooky Day, of course, and I might as well use the beginning of it today to build a little skull that I wanted to build for a while. At least here in the morning I have some time to do that. Plus I wanted to have a skull for the entrance into the Outpost, which is the mining outpost over there, for quite a while now. The little issue I'm noticing is that the skull kind of blends in with the grey background over there, so we might want to contrast it somehow on that side, but other than that, it's just gonna be a little bit of proportion work trying to get this right here. Eyes are gonna be the most difficult part for sure. Especially at these proportions. I don't know how I'm gonna make that unique circular, not really circular shape, although maybe something simple like this. Instead of going for the shape, just do... Oh no, that's too goofy looking. Oh, what did I do? That's the thing with long-term Minecraft worlds. Even though we totally built a underwater railway to get to the outpost quicker, I forgot about that and I'm swimming. The skull is in its base form. Doesn't look too great from the side, it's kind of bland, but we're gonna do some terrain filling in there. What we gotta do now that we have the skull in a kind of reasonable-ish shape right now, we need to give it a little bit more oomph, something cool on top of it, and I'm thinking this is gonna be really hard to get the shape right. Horns, either horns or tusks. Now the tusks, I don't know how tusks really work, like I guess they come from around there, from around where that block is, and they kind of just like go down and up, and that would be cool. Big horns would be probably easier. But you know what? Doing both would probably be the coolest still. So let's do some tests here. Let's see if we can get the shape right. That's gonna be the biggest issue with this. Let's just start with a big old scary tusk. Kinda just shape it out. And then we're gonna repeat it on the other side as well, of course. Just gonna keep it on a simple diagonal. Like this. Actually, I think it should curve here at this point. And then go up by one. Yeah, I think that's good. The shape, right? We're gonna add some texture to it and color and stuff. But I think that works as a task. So let's do the horns now. And if the horns also turn out good, we're gonna repeat the task and we're gonna give it texture, color, all the stuff that stuff like this needs. I said stuff twice that sentence. I'm sure you guys made enough sense of it. It didn't turn out as great as the task, but I think we're kind of mostly on the right track here, so I think we're gonna keep it. And this is kind of what we got here going on. I think it's pretty neat. The good thing about horns and organic shapes like this is that you can rarely really mess them up to the point where they're like completely unusable. So even though this is not perfect, it's still good enough for us to keep. We're gonna do a little trick here. You might have noticed it before, but the areas that would have shadows in them, we're gonna kind of like force shadows into them by putting some deep slate there. Okay, we can't do it there though. You have to kind of be careful where you pick and choose this. And this way you're gonna kind of give it a nice natural look. It's gonna look like there are actual shadows there, even though it's just darker blocks. And also we can project shadows as well, so the horn would have a little bit of a shadow right here, right where it connects to the skull, right? So there would be a little bit of like a cobblestone and deep slate shadow right below it. I think it's way better to do your texturing this way, instead of doing it kind of like haphazardly, like, oh, one cobblestone, one cobblestone, one cobblestone. This gives your eyes kind of like a path to track, and I think it's way better this way. This is my favorite little spot for making concrete. It's here in the river, in the Compendium project. You can just tuck yourself here into the mountain and you do your thing. Alright, Wild Wolf and a lay with an amethyst, what do you think of the done thing? It's a pretty cool thing, right? So yeah, we've got the texture in, we've got the shadows in, we've got both of the horns, the horn and the tusk specifically, copied over here. A little bit of job on the inside as well, so it isn't just a random mess. I kept the hole there because I really like having kind of just this little opening, and it's also a good entrance for Elytra flying as well. This is how it looks. I think I'm happy with the finished result here, but I still want to try a few things. One of the coolest things you can do in fiction, in fantasy specifically, is having lanterns on horns, kinda like this. So I'm gonna just put a few in here, see how it looks. I just find the concept of having a huge skull or any kind of stone statue with chains and lanterns like this just really, really cool. And I want to see how it looks. Oh man, don't tell me that isn't cool. Come on, no matter how you look at it, that is a significant upgrade. I'm also kind of liking it's nighttime currently. I'm gonna leave it to be nighttime. I do like how it's kind of like lit up from the sides, and to help it be differentiated from the gray over here a little bit, we're gonna add in a little thing, something like this I'm imagining, just to give it a little bit of a more overgrown, old feel to it. Kind of like some greenery growing out like that. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's the final touch that this thing needed. I like that. Alright folks, we got that little project done in a few hours, that felt good. And now we should continue to something bigger, the main project of today's episode. And it's gonna be quite a tall order, because we're gonna need to be building quite a bit. So, the mountain, what a project that we completed a while ago. And it's been kinda just sitting here ever since. I mean, it's not like it can do many other things, it's a freaking mountain, but it does house our sorting system as well, and it's also a very important piece of land when it comes to navigation, right? It's kind of like in the center of everything, because we have the range plains with the horses that way, we have the cake factory and maybe some future builds over here, we have the Compendium project on this side of it, so it's kind of like the hub of the world, which makes it, being a sorter location, also a very, very convenient thing. The thing, especially when it comes to the Compendium project here, is that it's kind of like fantasy oriented, and so are some of the other builds around it. And the mountain, well, it's just a mountain, and I wanted it to have a little bit more of a fantasy element to it, and that's what we're gonna add to it today with these two new peaks. So these are gonna be kind of like cylinders pointing out of the mountain. You can imagine it as such. Also Enderman poking all of these holes into the mountain. That's like the one thing I wish I could prevent. But we're playing without any game rules changed, so it's kind of something we gotta deal with. Every once in a while, gotta go around the mountain, fill in all the holes. We'll talk about what we're doing with the mountain in more detail in a little bit. First though, we need to find a way to get one of the resources that we need to make the improvement, and that is snow. We don't really have any snow on this world yet. Where is everything sorted? That's kind of the one thing with this sorting system. I can never remember where I put anything. I'm sure I'm sorting mountains, what? I'm sure I'm sorting pumpkin in here somewhere. There she is. There we go. Gonna borrow some snow for this mountain to get the ball rolling. Now here's a question. Can the snow golems make snow anywhere? I think they can only make them in specific biomes. No, he's completely fine. I guess they just die when they're like in a desert or something. But he can totally make infinite snow here now. Just need to stand here and get it. Now, ideally, we want to have the snow golem always touching both of the tiles below him at the same time. So maybe doing something like this. Then flying out very quickly. Yeah, now he should be dead center between these two. And that's gonna make collecting the snow a little bit faster. Okay, I'm already getting ideas on what we could do with this. Now, I didn't really think about it, I just started building this, and it's slowly coming to me on its own. We have the crafter now, so we can take all the snowballs, and we can compress them into snow blocks without player input, theoretically. No snow on hoppers. Right. Forgot about that. I'm really gonna have to set up the auto crafter here in the gold farm sometime soon, because this sucks, man. This sucks. Progress update. We ran out of stone, but it's shaping up to be something now. It's shaping up to indeed be something cool. I'm just getting the rough shape in, so this is not the final product, of course. It's gonna be way more varied and textured and stuff. But this is kind of what a double chest of stone looks like. It doesn't look like a lot. But there's gonna be a bunch of hollow space within these two pillars, and of course one of them is going to house the snow farm we talked about. I got a rough final thing here. So it's rough because it definitely could be engineered more, but it's done because I really don't want to work on it anymore. But it's quite simple. There's gonna be some sort of pathway, and this is how you're gonna be standing here, getting the snow very quickly. There's a hopper minecart below these stones, and anything else that falls off, you can actually see the minecart there. Anything else that falls off goes into the hoppers, which all feed into these two crafters, which have a observer clock on them, and they just repeatedly craft snow blocks. There's no other recipe you can make with the snowballs. So, kind of just as an example, like so. And yeah, they make a bunch of snow blocks without player input. It's pretty good for how long it took to set up, which was like less than an hour, like 30 minutes, with some trial and error. The one downside that it does have is that you probably don't want to use more than 2 or 3 iron shovels at a time when using it, because the snow is just gonna back up, and it's not going to be quick enough to pick it up, and it's gonna despawn. So this is like my third shovel in a row. You can see that it quickly filled up, and now it's kind of like backlogged up there, because the two crafters are not keeping up quickly enough. But it's good enough, I'd say. It's good enough for my purposes, anyway. Now I'm gonna get 1,000,000 things of stone. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. I might raid all of our other places, see if there's any stone to get there. Might as well use this time to mine out the area for a future project I'm planning. 2 birds, 1 stone, you know how it is. Pet the dog. Pet the dog. Here's a genuine question, right? How do you guys spend your time while doing stuff like this? Just placing countless blocks, right? I'm gonna stop clicking like a maniac so we can actually hear my voice. Personally, I've been listening to music mostly while doing this. The rare occasions, it's a cool little indie rock pop band. Not really a genre I usually listen to, but that's pretty cool. Been watching all sorts of YouTube videos, like the other Metacraft members and Hermitcraft. Yeah, I mean, there's so many other things to do, right? Oh, I've been also watching Critical Role again. Oh, that's good. That's a good thing to place many blocks to. Very entertaining, especially over long periods of time. Yeah, let me know if you have anything like cool as a recommendation that I could check out for instances like these. We might as well do a little progress update while we're talking about this. Now it is untextured, it is not the final shape and all that, it's just a very rough collection of blocks. But just so you guys understand what we are actually doing, we named this place Mount Sunpeak, right? That's what we called it. Before, the name was picked out because it just kind of sounded cool. But now it's going to come into play, because if you stand in some specific spots, not over here, a little bit higher up and to the right, we might build a little something over here. Yeah, this is it. Well, if you look up and you wait a little, in this sense, or in this time, it's going to be the moon. But if you wait for morning, it's going to be the sun, and it's going to come out from the little hook thing that we're building here, the little indent in the mountain, and it's just going to ascend through there like this. And it's quite the spectacle. Oh, that's gonna be really cool. So yeah, that's why it's called Mount Sunpeak now, because the sun comes out from behind the peaks. It's kind of like engulfed in between them, kind of like that. I'm done. Not because it's finished, But because I'm actually done, I can't bring myself to place another block anymore. It's too much. I'm not the kind of person that works on grinding projects like these a whole lot. I like to do little builds, things that usually last like take a single episode to do. So this mountain took like 10 episodes of time, and this is a single episode of time. So I think I'm happy with ending it here. As far as the mountain here goes, it's very, very hollow from the other side still. It's there's a lot that needs to be done. And also we are out of stone and out of andesite and out of everything, so yeah. If you find that unsatisfying or in any other way annoying, my apologies, but you are right. But sometimes that's how it goes with long-term projects. I was kind of hoping we could get it done, at least the base of it here in this episode, but hey, all of them can't be winners. We have a little something I want to do in the Nether hub, kind of just to end off the episode here though. Something that I've been meaning to do for a while. We have a kind of a situation here. If you try to use the Nether hub, and you like go here, right? You go to the south, I think, then you go back. If you want to go, for example, east now, what you have to do is you have to step out of the boat, you have to break it, gets collected, and then you have to go here, you have to get another boat, use that, and go in, right? That's a lot of steps to just change one of the cardinal directions. So what we're gonna do, I don't know which one, we're either gonna break it here or here. I think I'm gonna break this one, and we're gonna connect up the main Nether hub room here, so we don't have to break the boat every time. We're just gonna go here, we're gonna make a little tunnel, we're gonna connect it up with the other side, so break this open. So this is where the ice is gonna be, and you don't have to step out of the boat, you just take a turn, and you are where you need to be. I think that's gonna be way more convenient. Okay, we are almost done here, just a few little details to finish it off. That's most of the buttons. I think we're still missing some glass panes. I think we're actually gonna do glass panes instead of fences in some of these as well. Kind of just to connect it up. Before we could have had fences, but now we need these to connect up, so yeah. It's gonna look better that way anyway, probably. And the product is now the finished. So we have these little subdividing tunnels connecting up each of the main tunnels, kind of like this. So if you're in a boat, you don't have to break it. You can just hop on directly and go where you need to go. One thing that I do want to change as well, we have a little thing here for dispensing boats, kind of like this. So we have a boat now, right? It kind of sucks because it's not 100% spawn proof, this whole place. Sometimes we do get some piglins and stuff. I don't really mind it. What is a bigger issue though is them walking over pressure plates and, you know, getting boats when they shouldn't be, and just they despawn over time, the storage for the boats anyway. So we're gonna break these, and we're gonna break the whole system because it picked up a pressure plate. There we go. And we're gonna replace these with buttons, simply. So now if we want a boat, we just press a button, there it is. I thought it despawned or got sucked into the shadow dimension. There it is, okay. And yeah, we're gonna do that for each and every one of these. And as today's episode draws to a close, I do have an observation that I made, and that is that, man, we build a lot with stone, don't we? Stone portals, stone cliffs, stone whatever that is, stone chimneys, stone towers, stone reefs and coasts and cliffs and whatnot. We built a stone skull today, we built 2 giant stone mountains. Even the little tunnel system we just made is made of stone. It's easily the most used block that we have, with 86,000 blocks placed compared to like the dirt here, which is like 38,000. Still nothing to compare with like hardcore Minecraft players, but you know, it's slowly crawling up there. I do wonder where the other 100k stone is though. I guess it's in cobblestone and that type of stuff, right? Anyway, we did manage to get a lot of building here done today, so I'm pretty happy with that, and we're gonna end it off here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!